so it should be nice and sheltered. I'm planning on hunkering here for maybe at least tomorrow. I do have the next few days off work, so did a bit of a food shop. Got some good food there for some good meals. My mission tonight is to sort out my bag, which is what I've just dumped everything out, and it's going to be a case of going through, finding the rubbish, straightening my tent pegs as well. That's going to be a mission to do. I'm going to straighten them up, basically just have a good sort out, find out what's what, where what is. I've found some things already I thought I'd lost, so already we're winning. It's going to be a good day. It has been a good day. It's going to be a good evening. Your next bit you see is going to be from the outside. Hopefully the light's good enough. We'll see. The reality here. I feel sorry for those other souls that don't have shelter. Quite low actually, that. Well, that landing zone is just there, so maybe they're landing. I think they are. Let's go have a nosy. Big beast of a helicopter they are. I'll just put you on pause. There you go. HeliMed. I've not actually seen, I've heard them plenty of times. I've not actually seen any land. I got there just a little bit too short for the landing. Oh yeah. Twig up the nostril. So there's an interlude there. Intermission. Intermission from my waffling. So I'd say they're probably waiting to pick somebody up with that. There's only urgency. Anyway, yeah, so I've been hunkered down here since last night. My beautiful little spot in the corner of Hyde Park that nobody walks. It's not too far from the public area, but it's nice and secluded. Peaceful. Ooh, it's the only place. Ooh, excuse me. It's one of the few places where I know I can have wash the pits and bits without being disturbed. Always essential in this lifestyle, keeping clean, washing the pits and bits. Quite tired actually, to be fair. I'm going to eat soon. Probably going to be baked beans and corned beef. I did splash out. I don't normally be this extravagant, but I got me a tin of corned beef. £3.99 to those that can't read reverse. But I'm going to mix that with my baked beans. Should be tasty. And I've got some a quarter of a baguette, sourdough baguette. That's going to go down a treat. And then for breakfast tomorrow, I'm going to have the rest of my sausages. My lamb kofta sausages. Tasty, tasty. They were good this morning. I had them for brekkie this morning with onion and tomato. I did a live on TikTok doing the brekkie. Receiving lots of love. Quite good those for the interaction, the lives. I do quite like them. I'm not really a very public person, to be fair. I do like keeping to myself. I walk the world alone. Partly induced by my lifestyle and partly induced with what goes on up here. But I think in here, and here's a different story, and I'm just starting to find this out. of the journey of the last several months. It's a good place to be. I'm in a good place. I really am. I get emotional quite easy too. What you got planned there, dude? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Pesky flies, honestly, they get everywhere, right in your eyes as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a fire tonight as well. Not had a open fire for quite a while. That's going to be a little treat. Chopper starting. They didn't land that long actually. Probably only been 5 minutes since we went up there to have a look. These help. These incense sticks. Any whiff of scent the mozzies don't like, and we're just on that mozzie time now. Any sort of smoke keeps the little fly biters away. I've got here too, but I've run out of the charcoal discs that you use in the hooker pipes to smoke the tobacco. These are there's 5 in a packet, and there's 16 in a box. They're like a square of camphor, quite flammable, really flammable. Check this out. You're gonna have to touch it, and it goes, yeah. But you're not supposed to burn them. They put them on the charcoal heat, and it smoulders, and it releases the camphor smell into the air. They work really well. But I have run out of the charcoal. Good fire lighters as well for this beast, which I'll show you. Remove the shelter. I'm just keeping it dry with a brolly. Keeping me wood dry. No, it stopped raining. The brollies can go away. Essential piece of kit for any homeless person, umbrellas. They work really well. Surprisingly, they stand up to the name. Check out my little fire here I've got going on. I might actually spin the camera 1 second. So that's what I've created. This is going to be nice and toasty. There's my little wood pile there, which I collected this morning, which in hindsight, after the weather we've had today, those previous shots of the weather, there was a lot of thunder too. Thunder was mad. But my tarp edge is about here. So I'm not going to get the heat going up to the tarp. It's not going to be a huge fire anyway. 10 minutes till I convinced myself it wasn't. And then, of course, you hear the obligatory snapping twigs as well. I still don't know how the twigs snap. How do they snap on their own? Because you don't see foxes after a twig snap, or geese or swans. Just seem to snap, and then you're listening some more. What's that? Waiting for the next footstep. Twig snap. It doesn't happen. How does that work? I need to get a proper torch. My torch situation has gone downhill a lot lately. My last one broke. Well, that torch didn't break. It's got a funky charging lead with it, a Nebo I had. To get that sorted. Some guy on TikTok said he was going to send us one, a Wahoo or something. D5. Not sure what I've not Googled it. I was waiting for it to be a surprise. Yeah, I've not heard back. He said he'd send it a week ago. Not turned up yet. He's not said alt, so no fingers crossed. Lots of people promise lots of things on TikTok. I might think about chucking tea on actually. 5:30-ish now. 5:36. I never work down to the minute. It's always to the closest half hour. It's either something 30 or something o'clock. Yeah, I think I will. Because by the time I've got that in my belly, it's going to be past my not liking to eat time. The other thing that happened is, well, I don't know if I've told you about this gas canister. This is the thing about having two socials going, TikTok and the tube. You lose track on what you've said to who. But anyway, this one is nearly empty. So I went into a outdoor shop. I won't name them because I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not doing anything like that. To buy another one because I thought I'm going to need one before the week's out. Can I get one of your gas canisters? But yep, sure. Went at the back, picked out the strong box, and a lady comes up. She goes, "Are you after a gas canister?" I said, "I am. Just picking one up now." She goes, "Don't. I've got one here. You can have." She'd been around a few places to try and get rid of it. She'd even been to a couple of homeless shelters, but they wouldn't take it because of the whatever. Turned out she'd used it for camping while she'd been in London. She'd gone off for a few days camping and she's getting on the Eurostar. I hope you can hear me because the chopper's going again. And she can't take it on the Eurostar, so she ended up giving it to me. And it was a smaller one, but it's the better quality one. Just serendipity. It just happened that I happened to walk in, and just after I walked in, she walked in to ask the sales assistant if she was going to leave the gas canister with her, with them. Who would have figured, huh? Little things like that are just happening all the time. Loving it. Right, corned beef and beans with some slightly stale, not yet mouldy sourdough. I'm going to pause it until that chopper's gone because I feel like I'm yelling. You've changed position too. I've given you a bit of a nicer shot just to get the atmosphere. I mean, you are coming to tea after all, aren't you? Let's quickly sterilise the pan. I'm not the first person to sleep in this area, by the way. There has been others here. Last time I was here, one guy actually turned up. Another homeless person. Saw me, didn't say a word, just sort of gave me the old, all right, without saying anything, just the head flick. Turned around and left and found another spot. Vagabond etiquette. Unlike some fella the other night. Honestly, it was that. Previously, it was Tuesday night when I was kipping in that playground. I was all just tucked myself in, nice and cozy, just going dark. And some other fella walks around the corner, sort of does a quick U-turn and walks away. And I just said, "Can I help you?" Because I thought I was in an out of the way spot, and I thought he was actually looking for someone or me. Again, up here, no good. Anyway, he came back and he goes, "No, I just want to grab my sleeping bag," and he pointed to the bush that I was beneath sleeping. And he reaches his hand in, pulls out his sleeping bag, throws it on the ground. He goes, "I'll be back in 10." And I'm like, "You what? You'll be back in 10?" And he disappears, quick smart. And he comes back with a shitload of cardboard and a screwed up tent. And then, I'm not kidding you, without a word of a lie, he must have started setting up his kip spot not 10 feet away. Not 10 feet away. Didn't say a word. I just put my earplugs in that night. I could hear him breathe. I'm looking for my spoon. I think it's in here. Yeah. It's one reason I don't like staying in hostels. Not your homeless hostel. Stay away from your homeless hostels. Unless you like the smell of smelly feet, the noise of coughing, and the possibility of catching TB. So in went the earplugs, and they came out about 3:30 in the morning, I think. That moon that morning, though, that was a little bit further back in this vid. That was a gorgeous moon because that was like the day after. Yeah, that was Monday night I was there actually, because full moon was Sunday. So that was Monday night, Tuesday morning. That full moon was just, it's clear sky. I counted so many satellites that evening. You don't have to look long at the open sky anymore to see a satellite. They're quite prolific. Yeah, that. Let's chuck the whole lot in. I'll go on the fire later just to get rid of the juice, so the rats don't come, or the mice, or the cockroaches, or the earwigs, or the stink bugs. Slugs will be slow to the party, they won't get any. Spiders. You do learn about bugs as well. Tell ya. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You've got to be okay with the bug situation. Now, the thing is, my next decision, I've got a really big decision coming up. And I'm not really... I know what I'm probably going to do. But I don't know, actually. Feels really old school opening tins this way, doesn't it? The keys that they provide. Let me just turn that down a touch. One thing I do like about this gas though, it's got quite a good sensitivity to the volume control, as it were. So that decision I need to make is, do I use all this corned beef, or do I just chuck half in and save half for munching on later in the morning? I'll probably mix it with the kofta, couldn't I? Cows and baby sheep get on quite well. I think I'll do that. I shall just spoon it in here for now. I knew that would happen. No, not melting. I might just rip my bread up as well. As soon as my bread's a bit stale, I might rip that into chunks and stick that in here as well. Have like a stewy slop. Why not? Because you take that little strip out the corned beef tin, you can actually put the top back on as a lid. Keeps the bigger creepy crawlies out. Not all of them, but the smaller ones are good for protein anyway. I am kidding, by the way. Honestly, if another homeless person walked along here now, I would offer him some of this scran. Not many take you up on it though. Huge trust issue there amongst the homeless. I'm forever offering cups of tea on my travels. Some take it up. There's one fella I meet in the park here. His name's Peter. He's a South African fella. I might have mentioned this in a previous segment of this video there, but I'll say it again. He's stuck here. Doesn't have the money to get back to South Africa. And I've seen him 3 times now over the last 7 days. And every time he said, oh no, maybe next time. So the next time rolls around, Peter, want a cup of tea? It's always from a distance. No, I've got to get in. I think he gets into a charity somewhere in the city, walks in there. It's that fella I gave the poncho to, actually, if you remember. And probably claims a brekkie in there. There's a few charities in there. There's one just off Tottenham Court Road, actually. They do a beautiful fry up 2 mornings of the week, like proper fry up too. Bacon, sausage, egg, cups of tea. It's beneath a church. It's like in a church crypt they hold it. Good value, that. One of the better charities. Some of them are unscrupulous. Doesn't give you confidence, does it? Look at this. You know, I mean, I can see where it's loose. Where's my glasses? Let me have a closer look at that. Oh, okay. I might be able to fix that now. Let me have a see. These are worth their weight in gold as well. A decent Leatherman. I'll go anywhere with this. Suppose I should have probably turned it off if I started this. It might be all right there. See how that is. Oh yeah, that's a bit better. 75% better. Where was I? Yeah, so they don't take you up much on the offers. Well, because you're not an officially a sanctioned place, I suppose. We might chuck some bread on that. When did I buy this? Craft sourdough from the M&S collection. Can't be bad. I'll just use half of this. I don't know, adulterate it too much. I hope my new mic's working. I've invested in you guys. I'm using one of these, what do you call them? The lapel type mics, wirelessly. It's connected to your charging port, your phone. So hopefully the sound quality is a lot better than it has been, and I can forego the subtitles as many of you have mentioned. Shit. So I've got tomorrow off work, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. Back on Monday. I think I might head into town tomorrow, pack up this area, head in, pick up my wage off the boss. He owes me 2 days actually. Couldn't afford it. Having a very hard time with the tube strikes at the moment. Not very busy at all. He's lucky to pull in 200 a day at the moment. This bread's a good shout actually. It's soaking up all the extra juices. This reminds me of cowboy food, that. Oh. Just let that simmer a moment. Excuse me. Oh. Mm. Oh. Oh. Excuse me. I'll come back to you in a moment.